Welcome to Creating with Quan. Today I'm going to show you how to make a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle cake. I've got my cake pans all greased up, as you can see. I'm going to make a tiered cake that looks like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. It's from my nephew. Happy birthday, little Jack. Auntie loves you. So here we go. I've already created my batter, so I'll do another video to show you how to create a batter. That was actually a simple batter for all you moms out there that want to bake your kids a cake, but you want to make it like a quick cake. I did a box cake and then I add my own ingredients to it, but I can tell you the cakes come out to perfection still. But sometimes you just have that moment where you don't have a bunch of time and then you just need to make a cake. This was that time. So, but I'm going to still put my parchment paper at the bottom. I find that these new age cakes, or better yet, these new age cake pans, don't give you what you need. Meaning that every time I seem to bake a cake, when I bake the cake, the paper at the bottom, or the bottom half of the cake, still sticks to the bottom. So I've learned to put this parchment paper in. I've greased my sides, and it just always hurts my feelings because the cake comes out so wonderful, so bouncy, and then the end of the cake, just the bottom of the cake just sticks to the pan. So learn to try this, to kind of cut it out. Some places I just like wasted a lot just then, but it's okay. I'm going to stick this one in the little bottom like that, so it's in there just right, fit it in. And then this one I'm just going to try something a little different, measure the cost. And then I'm honestly just going to stick it in. So there's two ways that I'm going to try it just to see how it all works out. I think when I did this the last time though, I didn't like it because my cake ended up having these little wedges on it, on the sides, because it's not in there right. But typically it's okay because I go around and cut that off anyway. I cut off the excess because it seems to burn in the oven. You always hear my little people in the background. So I have two cake pans set up, ready, set, go. Here, go get us. Again, I already created my cake batter. I created enough batter so that I can fill it up.
I want help.
When I asked you to help, you didn't want to.
I want help.
I wanted a thick, nice, thick cake, so I didn't want to skimp on the batter part of it.
Are you making a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle cake?
I am. For all of you, those that maybe are just tuning in, Creating with Quan is based because I have 5 children, and I just always want to make sure that my kids can be involved, or that you know that they exist while I'm baking. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't be disrespectful.
Mommy.
Get out. But anyway, for all of you that know Baking with Quan or Creating with Quan, it's really based because I have 5 children. If you can see, it's in there nicely filled up. This one is nicely filled up as well. But I have 5 children, and so I just want to show you that you absolutely can live in a world with 5 children and still be a great creator, decorator, event planner, anything that you decide to do. So I'm going to stick these in the oven. And then I'll be right back with you. Ooh. Okay. So I went to the house. Oh. Welcome to Creating with Quan. So I went to the How to Cake It website. It is a YouTube channel that they had. It's a YouTube channel that Yo-Yo, I think is her name, she has. But anyway, she had a vanilla cake recipe, so I was like, oh, let's try something different. So I'm going to try her vanilla cake. So if you see here, It has a list of ingredients, and I'll put it on there because you probably can't see it that well, or if you can, maybe I won't. But it has a list of ingredients. And so what she does is she gives you a list of ingredients. And then after that, if you keep scrolling down to the bottom, and it's not just her YouTube page, but she also has like a blog or website for it, and that's on there, and she sells like amazing items. And I have listed here, well, she has listed on there also, like whatever size cake pan that you're using. If it's a round cake pan, it tells you how much of the ingredients to use. And so today I am using this pan. This is one of the pans. I have the other three pans already in the oven. So this is the biggest pan. So I just kind of wanted to give an example with this one. This is a 12-inch pan, so that means it makes 6 pounds. So if I look on her chart, it tells me right here, 12-inch. Then it says 6 pounds, so it tells me what I need to do. If it's a round, and if it's a square or rectangle, it tells me I need 8 pounds. So then I look up here, and then it shows me the list of ingredients right there. So we're going to use this list of ingredients. So we need 2 cups of unsalted butter, 4 cups of sugar, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, 8 eggs, 2 cups of milk, 5 cups of flour, baking powder, 1 tablespoon, plus 2 teaspoons, and then salt, 1 teaspoon. The only thing with my butter is I do use salted butter, and so I typically take the salt out. Not sure how it's going to come out because I've never used her recipe before, but I'm very interested in using the recipe. And I'm going to add an alteration to the recipe as well, so just so you have that in mind. But I thought this was really neat. Sometimes I like to make my cakes from scratch, so we'll see how it comes out. What else? Oh, and it tells you the baking time. So this 6-pound cake is going to bake for 40 minutes. And if I remember correctly, this was at 350 degrees. So let's get started. Okay, got all my ingredients together. Gonna get started mixing it. Mixing it. She does have a specific way that she suggests that you mix it. I'm gonna mix it the way that I'm comfortable with. I gotta put my own self into it. But she also does suggest that you make sure that your butter is left out so that it's not cold, so it doesn't curdle, and then also that the milk is left out so it's not cold. I think I said. Not sure, but so that's not cold, so that's room temperature, and that your milk is room temperature also. So let's get started. I'm going to mix together my butter, and again, my butter is salted. It calls for 2 cups of butter. So if you look right here, it tells you that's 2 sticks of butter equals 1 cup. So we're going to get that in there. So I've got my butter in. Just gonna whip my butter up a little bit. I'd also suggest using a electric mixer. It's probably gonna end up being a lot, but I love to use the mixer. I mean the hand mixer. I used to love to use my electric mixer, then not so much. Alright, so I've measured out my 4 cups of sugar. I'm going to add it to my butter. Add about 3/4 of it. Mix it up. Mix it in. I got about 8 eggs to add in, so I'm going to start adding those in as well. About 2 at a time. Not your head, baby.
My head. Ooh, Mommy, you broke 7 eggs. Mommy, you broke 7 eggs.
I brought 8. It's 8 because I just cracked 2. stir in some more sugar. Watch your head. Watch your head, pumpkin. Watch from a distance. There you go. Be sure to scrape the bottom in, scrape the sides.
Now with the egg.
Nope, right there. Not this time. I asked y'all that y'all want to help. Y'all said no. Go play.
I didn't see what you said.
Oh well, go play. Mix them in. I still hear a lot of that sugar on the bottom, so I want to make sure I get it off the bottom. I'm going to add the rest of the sugar. Well, actually, should have did it a 4th by 4th. I just cracked the last 4 of them in there. Stir it up a little bit. And just add the rest of that little bit of sugar into it. So I've added the butter, the sugar, the eggs. I'm going to hold off adding my 2 cups of milk. This mixture comes out like that. Whip it up a little bit more. You don't hear the grit grit. Still hear it at the bottom, so I just still want to make sure that I get deep in the bottom of it. It's a lot more in there now, so yeah, bring in my big whisk. Make sure it gets all the way down to the bottom. Alright, I'm going to add my vanilla. So it says to add vanilla, 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Get my teaspoon out. Yep, 1. 2 about a teaspoon. Save my egg for later. Not my egg, my milk, excuse me. Save my milk for later. Alright. So now I'm going to put my dry ingredients together. Okay, so I've sifted out my 4 cups of flour. I measured the flour first, and then I sifted it through. I have a little sifter, I have a couple of them. So I used this one this time. It didn't go as bad as I thought it was. I guess when I first started baking though, to sift was like the worst thing in the world to me. So I refuse to sift anything, but this requested that it sift.
Mommy, you're making a mountain. You're making a mountain, Mommy.
So it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. So that's 5 cups of flour. Sifted, 5 sifted cups of flour. Didn't take long at all. I'm going to pour it back into my original mixing bowl. So I sifted it. Sifted it. So let's see, what else do I need to add in?
Dad.
I added in the butter. I added in the vanilla. I added in the eggs. I haven't added the milk. I need 2 cups of milk still. I did the flour, which is 5 cups of flour. And now I need 1
Second is best. Can I try? Best. The third is the one.
tablespoon
My little Ouija with the
of baking powder.
Chess.
My sweet husband,
I heard you say
last week,
yes.
when I originally wanted to bake this cake, he went to the store for me. He bought all the ingredients. He calls me. He was like, "They don't have baking powder. You mean baking soda?" I was like, "No," and it says 2 teaspoons.
Good and pick it.
I was like, "No, it's not baking soda." I was like, "Let me check." No,
Luigi is the fastest one.
it was baking powder.
No,
So he got it for me.
that's a girl.
He does not know. He
That's
found
a
this
girl.
one
He?
and he
Yeah.
found another one. So I thought that was sweet.
That's a boy.
That's all the dry ingredients. Again, if you use non-salted butter, then you would use salt.
That's definitely.
I used salted butter. I actually used a mixture this time of salted and non-salted. So hopefully my flavors mix. And I just want you to know that I think I'm going to still add like a pinch of salt to it. So give me 1 second.
That's good.
Scientifically speaking, if you mix flour and salt together, scientifically speaking, when you mix the 2 together, what ends up happening is the salt becomes sweet and it sweetens the flour. So that's why, as a baker, we add salt to the flour. At least that's my understanding. Alright, I just wanted to mix that all in together. I'm going to begin to pour in these ingredients, which was the egg mixture.
Look, I picked the heart one. It's not a heart. See that boy is in first place?
I'm going to stir it up a bit. And I'm going to also add in 1 cup of milk, because it's 2 cups of milk.
He just got shot. She got shot too. Why are you stopping?
Oh, I was adding a twist to this and I forgot to add it in. So hopefully adding it in at the end won't make a difference to it. But I did forget, but bear with me. Let's mix this all in.
They always cheat.
You can use a spatula. I used my spoon.
He started cheating. This girl sucks.
It would be better if I had an electric mixer. But I don't know. I like my electric mixer. I'll be using it later. I just wanted to see how it was. Been hand mixing things up lately. I used to spend a lot of time pulling it out. But I don't use it that much. But like my kitchen is like way small, so I transfer everything to my dining room. But one day I'll have my dream kitchen. So I just didn't want to pull it out. But we'll see.
Bye bye. Bye bye.
Y'all are silly.
You said bye bye. I said bye bye.
So I'm going to pour the rest of this in there. I think I've only poured 1 cup of
Bye
Stop.
bye people.
Mommy,
Mommy, did you mix
Solomon,
that?
Yep, I am mixing it up.
Like stir it around.
I will.
Really
No, I'm gonna add my milk in there first.
Your best buddy now? Yeah.
Probably really do need a mixer for this one. I don't know, maybe. But I will not be defeated by a cake. There we go.
Still okay.
We're adding that last cup of milk.
Hold it behind your back so long.
I'm gonna do this. I was supposed to mix in my variation
Let it go.
to this into my dry batter. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna make a strawberry cake. So I like to try like a strawberry gelatin that I mix in with it. Yeah, it's Jello. I normally mix it into there, but I'm gonna mix it into the milk and then stir it up and then pour it into here. So I just take the packet, mix it in because I'm going to create a strawberry cake.
You spent
And I'm going to mix it in. So
what is that?
Jello. So I'm going to stir it in until I hear a lot less of that grainy sound at the bottom. So a lot less. And then I'm just going to pour it into the batter. And I believe it's going to give me the same effect that it normally would if I had just created the, did it with the dry mixture. I'm actually excited to see what it looks like. But we're making a strawberry shortcake with this one. But not your typical strawberry shortcake. You know, the strawberry shortcake ice cream. So this is going to mimic the strawberry shortcake ice cream, minus the coconuts, because I have a slight peanut allergy. Yeah. So.
I said coconut allergy. How can me and Rodney look that? Mommy, can me and Solomon lift that? Mommy.
Not right now. I hear you.
When you done? I mean, when you done, can I
We'll
look
see.
that? I mean, when you done, can I look that? Me too.
It did give you some variations to what it would normally look like.
Can I try it out?
But
Try it out.
we'll see how great it tastes and look when we finish up.
Can I try it out?
I'm just going to use the spoon.
No.
No, sir. Stop.
Can I try it out? You didn't let me try.
I want to mix it all the way in. The bottom included. I'm going to try my mom's method of cake next time, where we're going to use a carnation milk. She was telling me about, she was like, you know how your cakes were always good? I used carnation milk. And my mom used to always bake my cakes when I was younger. And I started baking my kids' cakes probably about 3 years ago. I realized I had 5 children. See, peeled it off the bottom. Still had some unmixed in flour. That's why I like to go in with the spoon. Get it all off the bottom. Because sometimes it may stick down there. Aha, got it. Good thing about a clear bowl is I can look under it and see where it is. Whoop! Thought I spilled it. So that's the cake batter all mixed up. I'll bring it into you. All of this is going into, remember, this cake pan. Super duper excited. Here, go put this in the refrigerator for me. I'm going to grease this pan and come back to you. So that's what that looks like before it's going into the oven. I learned something today. If this is the amount that goes into one pan, I've been doing something very wrong. So we'll see how it rises up or how it doesn't. But if this is gonna do what I think it's gonna do, great job to how to cake that, and we'll see how it goes. All right, so I made kind of a rookie mistake when I was doing this. I just figured the batter would raise a little bit higher than it did. It didn't. Nevertheless, I baked another cake. I should have just split it. Anyways, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a circle. Sorry, was I totally in the way? Cut a circle around this cake. And I'm going to cut it all the way around. I just have it on a cookie sheet. And so I'm going to take this off. Give me a second. I forgot to get my bowl. I'm going to take this off and put this into the bowl. And I'm pretty sure my children will enjoy eating that part of the cake. And so I'm just going to clean this cake up a little. Remove some of the crumbs off of it. And then I'm going to set it to the side. Well, actually, I'm going to flip it over. Hopefully it flips.
Mommy, Daddy's not helping us with the TV.
Do what I said now. So that was the bottom part of it. Yeah, I did some stuff.
Can I eat that part of it? Can I eat that part of it?
Pick it up. So this cake definitely had a better day. Let's see if I can kind of cut off the caramelized portion of the cake. Hopefully it's even. And hopefully this helps. Mine is just like an authentic cake that you make at home, unless you are a better baker than me. Then your cakes come out a lot better. But I'm okay with my cakes. So I'm going to crumb coat this. So give me a little second. I'm going to crumb coat this one, as well as crumb coat the little one as well. The little one technically should have another mound to it. I'm going to cut the bottom of it though so that it lays just flat on. So the top of it rather. So this little dome piece. And I've just gotten into learning how to take off the tops of the cake. You watch YouTube, boy, it shows you so much greatness is on YouTube. So more cake. I hate just throwing cake away. My husband said this time though. He said, listen, when you bake the cake this time, can you please not please leave the cake mess laying around? Like I hate to waste the excess frosting. I hate to waste the excess cake. But then it's so much of it that my kids don't eat it because they eat the actual cake. And then it ends up just being blah, blah, blah. So that's where we are. But anyways, this time if they don't eat it, if I don't make cake pops out of it, I may freeze it. I think you can freeze the cake, cook cake for a little while. I have to look it up to see. Go do what Daddy said. I have to look it up to see what it is. But yay, I cut off the edge of it.
Can I eat the edge of it?
You can eat the edge off it as soon as you get out the shower.
Oh my gosh.
It does give it a nice clean look to the cake. Never really bothered to do this before, so it's just interesting to see the outcome and what it's going to look like once it's all said and done. So this one kind of came out a clean little edge on it. I'm actually kind of impressed with myself. I didn't do the bottom one. Maybe when I go to fill it. Oh yeah, I gotta fill it too. Maybe when I go to fill it, I'll do it. This one, it looks a little uneven, so I'm gonna, actually it's a turtle face. So it actually can be a little uneven. You know how their face looks. So, nice little bowl of cake. Great for cake pops. And I think I may pull out another paper to put this on and get this done. Alright. Excuse me. Alright, I'm going to crumb coat this. I did this one, took the stuff out this one. I'm just using frosting out of the container. Typically I mix it up a little bit more. But I'm kind of in a rush. So rush cakes are still good cakes. But I'm just going to crumb coat this one. What you hear are my children in the shower. It's about 8:30. I still have to go to the hospital and visit my mom, who recently had a stroke. So, got some things to do. It's never dull. So a crumb coat doesn't have to be as thick as this, but basically what a crumb coat does is exactly that. It kind of gets all your crumbs situated a little bit, kind of, sort of. I typically rush through. In this cake I decided I really wanted to take my time on. I don't know, I wanted to make a nice cake. My cakes are always rushed. Well, because we're always doing something. Probably doing something soon again. An old friend of mine called today and said his dad, stepdad, dad passed away. Sorry to hear that. I guess especially with the predicament, like with my mom. I love her. And it's like no matter how much they bug you or get on your nerves, love the person that they are, because they could not be that person very easily. And then you wish that they were that person that they were. And I've been through 2 stages of this. It's not that I didn't wish my mom was who she was. She just was rough. And I'd take her back any day. Rough and all. So, I think I use a little bit much for a crumb coat. Crumb coat is just supposed to be like a light coat that you just kind of put on. Like I said, I'm going to stick it in the refrigerator, let it get hard. It also can hold, like these pieces coming off, my crumb coat will hold this in place. So I wish that wouldn't come off. But anyways, like I said, I've never really done a crumb coat before. I just put everything on, and I typically use a bag and put it on. I couldn't find my, I'm missing a tool. I hate when I'm missing tools. I'm wiping it off over there on that other bowl because I don't want cake to get mixed in with this. Some people can frost easily. I don't frost easily unless I'm using my tool, but I don't have it, so I'm back to the regular old frosting. But what I'm hoping for is that after I do this crumb coat, let it sit in the refrigerator for about a good 10 minutes, I'll be able to come and frost it up just the way it's supposed to be. And again, I typically don't use a container. I normally either make it from scratch or I add to the container. I'm an adder. I think that's what I'm going to call myself, that Quan the adder. But I either add to what's already there as well. So that's some options too. So yeah, it's all good. It's late. I had some business appointments to go to today. But I said I would make it. Been at the hospital all week. But I stick to my auntie word. Auntie has to keep her word. If auntie doesn't keep her word, well, what's my word worth? So it's not a real thick coating. You can still see the cake sticking in the refrigerator. Yeah. I don't know. Not long. Not long, obviously. Okay, you want not long is the wrong answer. I used 3 of these. It's just the confetti one. I did use the confetti part of it. They're watching TV, so you can hear the loudness of it. I guess these sat in there for about 10 minutes. It seemed like forever to me, but that's just to me. It's still not 100%, but like I said, it's late, and I gotta go to get back. This looks like it's gonna break, so I'm gonna put this on the bottom. Okay, excuse that mess. It could have stayed in there for about another whatever. It's really supposed to be just, you know, harder to the what you call it. Let me go wipe this up.
Can't do a video and mess up on the video like it's supposed to be. Somebody gonna follow and be like, oh yeah, so you're supposed to mess it up like this.
That's easy editing. That's why video can be edited. So I'm gonna put this on top. As my filling on the inside of it. Just gonna put some frosting in it. See the crumbs come up a little bit. Imperfections happen. It's all part of the game. Called live. So I'm going to get this underneath here, stick this one on top of here. This one is a lot more centered. Still going to wipe my hands off. Alright, so I'm done with this. It's a turtle cake, so I pre-made some green frosting. That I'm just going to put right on here. My frosting skills are definitely getting better, which is always a plus. At a point in life, I couldn't even do this. So yay. Did forget I had the other little one to frost. I just put all the frosting on here, so I guess I'll have to create some more frosting. cake start coming out the way I imagine them in my brain. That's gonna be a happy moment. Right now they don't quite come out the way my brain is starting to come out. But they come out.
I'm not gonna trick you, baby. I'm funny.
So I'm smoothing it out on top, pushing it off to the sides because I do want it to fall down the sides. Again, my cake is still really soft, but it's working out. It's working. It's working. It's working. It's working slowly but surely. It's working. Like I said, my whatchamacallit is still a little wetter than it should be. My crumb coat, that is. But if I can get this top part and the whole side frosted, I'll be a happy camper. Almost.
Please don't hurt it.
So I'm gonna do this one more time to bring this around. Bringing it around. I'm gonna stick this in there while I frost the little one.
Running from the police.
Alright. Created some more green. Go ahead and fill the rest of it.
It's a big shot right now.
So the Comcro is supposed to protect it from what it's actually doing right now, which is I can see some crumbs on the top of it, but I'm not going to stress it too much because I am about to put another cake on top of this.
My dad is fighting baby. Thank you. Thank you. Give me that phone. I got it. So my baby.
Took too much off of it.
But to the baby shop.
And I am going to have to do at least a night.
Thank you. Bye bye. Go to the baby shop right now. Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? Oh, I just farted on you. I just farted. Who are you talking to? I farted on you. Oh, Daddy knows I was wrong.
Perfect. So it's a nice little clean edge. Let me get the little one. Here's the little one. He trying to blame you, babe. Now he blaming Rodney. I love how I have learned how to frost. I almost gave up cake decorating because my frosting would not do what I wanted it to do. And I became very frustrated. I I was making cake after cake, and my cake looked like why. So I'm thankful I've come a very long way. I've still got a very long way to go, but just know that it is possible. It eventually does work out. And it does. It's a wonderful, wonderful feeling. So I am done with the cream. I'm gonna wipe this off. I'm gonna stick it on top of this one. So let me move this one over and this one over so that I can pick this one up underneath. And please let it come up the right way. And I just can't be afraid to just pick it up. I own it, it doesn't own me. Alright, so I'm going to make sure the face of it is right. Just chill real quick. Alright, so I drew out the face. You can see I drew it. So I'm going to stick the mask on, and I can't seem to get the mouth right. But I got the color. He wanted Leonardo.
Yes.
So
He told me you wanted Leonardo.
I'm going to put Leonardo's mask on. So hopefully I don't mess up. Probably could have avoided that part in frosting, but we'll see. I may have to get a bag, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. You still being disrespectful? Okay.
Mommy, I like Leonardo.
So trying not to get it on the other cake. I probably should have did the face on this one first before stacking it, but I didn't think about it. First time ever doing it, so. Sorry if my head is in the way. Rodney, thank you.
Different level now.
So I'm going to let flip over to the side.
Daddy
So
on a
that
different
it's
level
like
now.
face.
Bye bye.
Get out the way, Dinglings.
They right in the way today. So I'll let this part drop down the side too. This one already dripped a little bit, but I think I know how to clean that up. So I had to be careful because I mixed it in the container that had majority white, so there's still some white spots in it. I think my biggest thing is most of the time I want it to go quickly, but it's not a quick type of thing. It actually is very tedious work that actually takes time. So there's that part. I think that if I use this, it's just a little skewer, and then I'll be able to clean this part up. And I got this drip down here. And then I can just come in with this and then fix that part up. As long as I don't do that, I can come in with this and fix this part. And just blend that out and down. Or not stress it because I'm probably the only person that's going to notice it. So I've got Leonardo's da-da-da on. And so now, so I want to put his eyes on. I snipped off the end of the bag. I shouldn't have done that until I put the frosting in. But I mentally told myself that I'm in a rush, and so that's why I did that. But you want to wait to do that part until after you have the frosting in the bag. If you can still hear me over Tetris. But I don't need a whole lot for the eyes. Probably not even this much. I'm going to stick it in the bag. This cake did take a long time. It was not a little bit of time that it took. I'm going to find my little hole area. I'm going to push it down. And see how it's going to come out. Good. I just want an eye. And I'm going to actually, before I do that, I want to see where I want my eyeballs at. So I don't want it to look crazy or goofy.
Look at the thing that's in the back of the O.
So that's not bad. I'm going to have to create his eyeball.
The thing that's behind the O.
So I just put this on. And honestly, I patted it down with my finger. Because I wanted to blend out that blue that got in it. Same thing with this one. Blend out the blue. About where my little hole is perfect for my eyeball. So I'm gonna take my black. Hopefully I have black. Black. Why do you have black? Just for moments like this. So I'm gonna pull out my black. And I'm gonna use, it's just a skewer's tip that I'm gonna dip in it. Just dip it in there enough. Wipe it off so it's not a whole lot of excess. And then I'm gonna stick it. And twist it until I have his eye. I'm gonna have to do something about his mouth though, because otherwise it's gonna look creepy.
It's screen. So I gotta work it smart. Play a half by half.
Gotta get this.
Actually, kind of cool.
There we go. I'm filling it in, and so I guess my Ninja Turtle can smile, maybe. And then kind of looks like a Ninja Turtle. Something going on with his eyes. Can't quite figure it out. I'm gonna look at my Ninja Turtle pictures. I figured it out. So this is the problem. I got them too centered. Got them a little bit too round too, but I have them too much at the top. So first I'm gonna see if I can. Nah, that's gonna make them too. So I'm gonna cut out the pupil part of it, or at least attempt to. So if I can smooth that out. Oh, that looks better. Okay, it does look better. Okay. Okay, okay.
Mommy, that really does look like me and Nada.
Them eyes though, huh? Mommy gotta do something about those eyes.
Those are either small and big.
Stop moving. My table. Thank you.
Those are either small and big. Look at those eyes though.
Stop moving the table.
Look at those eyes. Can we look at the thing that's over there?
No.
You're talking about this.
I know what you're talking about. I think if I move this eye, it won't be as creepy. I think this eye is kind of creepy. So if I get the eyes a little bit more centered in, I mean not as centered, but coming in, then I can open his mouth up. I don't know, let's see. Let's see if I can do this one like I did this one. And just bring
Do
it
you have the mouth?
down. Oh! It's blue. It's blue mixed in with this eye. Move, stop moving the table. I made that worse. So I'm
Make
just
it
going.
worse.
No, it's not gonna get worser.
So
See?
you're making it more worse.
I'm not making it better.
I look creepy.
I know, it looked creepy. The eyes looked creepy.
I look your hand.
No.
The big one looked creepy.
You think this one looked creepy?
Yes.
Yeah. I think, I don't know.
I think that one looks creepy. The littlest one.
How about the little one look creepy too?
Let me do. Both of them are creepy.
Yeah.
Well, the little one is so creepy. I can't even see his real eyes.
There, that's better.
It look like four
He
eyes.
look a little cross-eyed, but
It look like 4 eyes.
it look like 4 eyes.
Yes. In a row. In a row that I can even see. Mommy, that does look like Leonardo.
You think so?
Yes.
Thank you.
That does look like a Blade Runner. Mommy, that does look like a Pac-Man. Huh? Pac-Man. What's Pac-Man?
Stop moving the table.
Come on. I'm not playing Pac-Man.
Ooh. The eyes, they look good from a distance, I guess. So they make the nose going. Then coming down. The nose shape. And then do the mouth. Just a smiley mouth. I don't know. Oh well.
And why is the producer are following me?
Okay.
And why are you trying to eat them? Why are they chasing you?
Well, they're supposed to be killing me. But when I get the bonus power, I can. Dang, I didn't get to that one time. Killed me.
And those look like policemen. Not lights.
I should have used a napkin instead of my rag.
Dang, I didn't. I think, see, I haven't really played this in a while.
Hey, what's up? Where you at? You at the house?
Yep.
What do you mean she did it?
She stole my head.
Where is she?
I don't know.
That's the finished product. You're probably a better artist, so the eyes will come out a little bit better. But I'm gonna stick with that. Thanks for watching.
Okay, so the other one's worried about
Have a good day. Put this in the oven earlier. This was the recipe that I used for 6 pounds. It came over. It stayed in there a lot longer, so maybe I had it on the wrong temperature. But it didn't rise that much because remember, this was very much full. But there it is. There it is.